She's gonna have a very, very, very hard time finding a man.
Weak men create masculine women. Lazy, weak man creates a woman who is required to step into the role that he doesn't step into.
The passport bros is just a pimp. They make it seem like they are incompetent. There's really no need to talk about them, but I talk about it as a teaching moment.
Guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
I'm a female that has 3 kids and I don't date that have kids.
If you date a guy with no kids, will you make him a baby daddy?
No, I can't do that. No, whoever's with me has to accept my kids, and then they have to accept the fact that I won't have their kid. That's it.
Let's be 100% real here. She's gonna have a very, very, very hard time finding a man. A man with no children that's willing to step in and help raise hers and not have any of his own. I don't know if a lot of women realize a man wants to build legacy. He wants to have that. There's some that don't, but many men do. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you're going to be single for a long time unless there is truly a guy out there that fits that criteria that wants to put up with that. That's just what it is.
So something that's been getting under my skin is men not understanding what it means to be a single mom. So as a single mom, a single working mom, I have my plate full to the maximum, right? I don't have free time. The time that I do have free, I just want to relax. So one, I get it. I'm single. Yes. Do I want to date? Sure. If I meet the right person, right? But if you invite me out for a dinner, or drinks, especially during the weeknight, come on. You know I have things to do. I'm sure you have things to do the next day. I have a child to take care of. I can't just go out late at night just whenever, right? So you have to take that into consideration. So if you're really going to invite me out, one, make it worth my time. And what do I mean by make it worth my time? Just don't invite me out to dinner and drinks. Get creative. Invite me out for an activity. Do something different. Do something that's going to be worth my time and effort. I am taking time.
Well, you just said you can't go out. So with your time and effort, dinner and drinks, I think the guy's trying to get to know you. What, you want him to take you to a concert? I don't know. Let me hear what she says.
Time out of my evening to meet with you, to go and enjoy your company, to see how things work, if we're compatible. I'm making an effort, so I expect you to make an effort. So don't just assume that I'm going to be able to drop off my child somewhere, because most likely I'm not. So unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date. Also, offer to pay for the babysitter. That's going to make me more receptive to want to go and spend my time with you. Also, don't just assume that you're going to invite me out for drinks and I'm going to show up. What makes you think that I'm going to put my safety in jeopardy by drinking and driving?
And this is why guys choose not to date single moms. This is the issue right here. A lot of times a guy doesn't know you. He doesn't want to pay for your babysitter. Now you'll find a couple of guys that will. But then are you worth it? Are you worth his time? He has to take that chance to get to figure out, right?
Unless you're going to offer to pick me up and drop me off or Uber me there and back, it's a no on the drinks during the week.
It's delusional.
I don't want to date single mothers, or men always talking about single mothers, this, that, and the third. This is a perfect example as to why. Because again, you expect this man to come in, be the man of the house, pay all the bills, be romantic, do all that, be a father to a son that he didn't have. That's not my son.
But he has no say-so.
But he has no say-so in the discipline. He has no say-so in the guidance. He has no say-so in how this house is going to be ran in regards to your son. So how do you expect me to be the man of the house when every time that I try to tell him something that's right, you bucking the system because you getting emotional, because you damn the message I'm saying, you processing it as, no, you can't tell my baby nothing.
This is my baby.
Just my baby.
Yep.
So as a man, how enticing is that of a situation to walk into? That's why men don't want to date single mothers. That's why.
Well, there you have it. No lies told there.
Guys aren't signing up for that, man. Like, there's so many single men. And then men listen to me, to listen to other guys, and they go, and they see what's out there for them, and they go, not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen. I'm not doing it. So many guys have retired from being simps and don't want to even get into it. And they don't want to be some woman's doormat. So as that woman was asking, she was asking for some guy to be her doormat. Oh, pay for me for my babysitter so I can get to know you. No, you have to take that risk and pay for yourself. Yes, you're cute, but come on now. Come on. What I'm hitting for. I'd rather spend that time with someone else who doesn't have kids so I can get a chance to know her. And then if I do get her pregnant or something like that, it's my kid. I don't have to take care of someone else's kids. Most men don't want to do that.
Don't you agree, Mr. Feather?
Word.
Now with pair bonding research out there, women that sleep with more than 5 men, they only have a 20% success rate at marriage. And let me tell you, coming from a broken family and coming from my own relationship challenges and divorce, and my children have been divorced, that is not happiness, right? Yeah. I would choose to have my family together at 100%. And I did that. I brought my family back together after divorce, and it didn't work out in the end. And I think a lot of it has to do with the programming around being a boss babe, your husband, and the man and all this stuff. And I think part of that is a product of that.
Well, that's a product of the West, and we figured it out. It's usually being in America creates, right? It creates that unnecessary hunger. Well, you notice I said unnecessary, because what do a lot of people also do in the West? They eat until they die. They eat. I'm talking about, man, you see some people just eating, and they order McDonald's and burger on top of burger, fries on top of fries, never exercise. And they say, oh, don't body shame me. Oh, and then woman, same thing, but in a different way. They get with a guy that's giving them a lot. Oh, I need that every day. Like a lot of guys that are high value, they do want it for the other guys. And it's sad. Let me give you an example. Say a woman dates a guy that's super high value, makes $250,000 a year. He's taking her out to dinners, giving her this, giving her that. Maybe he has access to boats. He's on a boat. He's on a yacht. Girls are going around them. And then they come to the regular guys. Because that's what happens with a lot of these girls, the Instagram models or whatever they're doing to get money, or they're on Instagram, right? They're getting butt shots. Then they're going to Dubai. Then they're coming back and expecting every man to do the same thing that guy was doing. Not possible. There's not enough of those guys. That's how it is. And then turn around and say, I'm a boss babe.
What our society does to 19-year-old women, or 18-year-old women, 19-year-old women, we just lie to them all the time. The first lie is, there's nothing more important than your career, more or less by definition. So that's the first lie. The second lie is, there will be nothing more important to you in your life than your career. So that's the second lie. And then the third lie is, there should be nothing more important in your life than your career. So that's the third lie. What I've seen is that as women progress towards their late 20s, there's a psychological transformation. And what happens is that they place less emphasis on their career and way more emphasis, particularly on having a child.
Weak men create masculine women.
Sorry, I gotta pause it, y'all. Once she said weak men create masculine women. No, masculine women create themselves. It all goes back to the independent boss babes. That's masculine. There's no man creating a masculine woman. Women take on that because they want to take on that. Doesn't matter if you didn't grow up without a father. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have a kid on your own. That doesn't matter. You still should be feminine. Femininity should carry your day-to-day process. A feminine nature is what you should have at all times. So you giving that attitude or that masculine attitude or that masculine energy, that just turns guys off. And guys aren't going for it, right? Doesn't matter if you have 10 kids on your own and you have 5 jobs. Let me give you an example. You better be feminine. But you know what's happening? These women are being this way, and they're being disrespectful like men. Like, say how a man talks, they're talking like men, and there's no sweetness to them. Guys just don't go for that.
And strong men create feminine women. Like, not by force, but simply by loving well and leading well. Lazy, weak man creates a woman who is required to step into the role, but a strong, humble man who is safely submitted to her husband.
It's delusional.
Without fear of losing who she is, that she's going to be dropped. Like a lot
Well,
of...
that's good you said that, because submission is really putting yourself in the hands of another. Deep down, people don't like the idea of submission because it's really a lack of trust. And I trust that you're then the last guy, or like all men, these kind of negative views.
Yes, sir.
And we're saying, well, why can't men submit to women then? And we say things like that that are just out of what God designed.
And who's that? Oh, it's Mr. MVP, Sim!
Yeah, and I think we're just afraid.
Oh no, you're afraid of nothing. So why a woman in other countries submitting right away? That's the thing. When guys leave, women are submitting immediately to these men. If you can answer that, then I'll tell you right.
Just say you going out with a guy, right? He take you out to dinner, it's your first date. It's done, right?
Awkward.
Again, you see the brain.
Finish your food, the receipt come, right?
No monkey business.
Okay. Hold on, what you got going? What you doing?
Let's finish the interview.
Okay. And then the card decline. What you got going on? What's your
And the card decline?
I'm saying.
I'm a real
Okay.
I'm gonna look at him like, kid, the shit declined? Right here. You better go ahead and figure that out, kid. But I ain't gonna, I'm a real though.
Okay.
If you ain't got no cash,
I'm saying.
I'm gonna cover it just so we won't be embarrassed.
Okay.
But when we get a car, you better pay me my motherfucking money back.
That's fine what she said, right? What was the whole point of turning around and showing the only thing you have going for yourself? A guy doesn't necessarily care about that. What she said is perfectly fine. But the way she turned around, I was expecting her to be on the whole other side of the coin. But what she said was perfectly fine. But that attitude, though, what does it show? It shows cheating. You look at a woman like this and go, what am I going to get out of this? Yeah, what she said sounded good. But what am I getting in return? I'm getting a woman that's, all she has is her body. So that's why she's showing it. And that's how she's trying to attract guys. So what is she doing a lot of? And in the first video, when the guy said, once it's over 5 bodies, this is true. It's a 20% chance of it lasting. What do you think is going on with that? Count those numbers with her in your head. 5 in a night? Let's go on to the next one.
What tool do we use to calculate temperature? A thermostat.
I'm saying, talk to me, bro.
Am I tweaking? What? That got calculus and Fahrenheit up there.
Who?
Calculus and Fahrenheit up there. That's temperature. What tool? Wait, say that one time. What tool do we use to calculate temperature? You know what it is? You said what?
To calculate, bro. It's calculating.
I don't understand why you even did this to yourself.
Calculate. The answer's in the question.
Sure, bro.
Ask the question again.
Ask the question again. Sure, bro. What tool do we use to calculate temperature, bro?
To calculate, bro. To calculate temperature.
Is what?
It's a calculator. Because you're calculating.
What do weatherman use?
I don't know.
What's happening to the future? I don't know.
Let's talk about y'all passport bros. I've been seeing it pop back up in my For You page.
Oh, here we go again.
In the last couple of days about them being in trouble in other countries. I didn't dive deep into it. I've never really even talked about them, but might as well now. Women, the real women, stop addressing these males. You're not addressing a man. You are addressing entities. I don't understand why y'all continue.
Addressing entities, says the woman that doesn't want to show her face with a cartoon. So you're an entity now.
To keep talking about them like they are men. There's two totally different people. You got the ones with the entities on them, and you got the real men. Y'all don't know what a real man is because y'all never really experienced one. Kind of like how nobody really ever experienced a real woman because neither were here. You had examples, but not real big ones. So the passport bros is just a pimp. Huh? They like to do a play over all of the women to make y'all think that y'all not being feminine. They don't even know what femininity is. Look at you! Let alone masculinity. They don't know either because they've never been presented with any examples of either side.
No, passport bros have been presented with examples. And we're seeing femininity when we leave. And a lot of the men that are leaving are grown men, right? They understand what masculinity is and what it brings. So I'm not sure what she's saying now. I'm gonna let her finish.
The whole thing was a game. Pimping is a game. Pimping and patriarchy are all the same. It's all a part of the game. These men know what they were doing. Duh. They were raised in the game. Now that...
So you was trying to say our mama was prostitutes? What are you saying?
Some women are starting to notice that. They just don't even entertain them at all. There's really no need to talk about them. But I talk about it as a teaching moment. Because most of y'all think that these men don't know any better. They do. 1:44 on the clock. They know better. They want you to think that they don't know better. They know they're not taking care of themselves. They
making progress.
They don't want to. They're looking for someone to take care of them. It's all a game.
So now they're back to calling us bums. So you have some women saying, oh, these guys have money, but no women want them. And so she's saying we don't take care of ourselves. All right, you ladies have to be all in one accord. You got to figure it out. Okay, or do these guys have money or do they not have money? You know, I really want to know, because you got one woman saying this, one woman saying that. Doesn't matter if a passport bro makes 50,000. Let me give you a breakdown, right? Because if he makes that 50,000 and he saves up his money to travel, that's the difference. That's something that a lot of y'all aren't doing. See, a passport bro can make 50,000 and have millions when he retires. Think about it. Think about what I just said. A passport bro can make 50,000 and have tons of money in investments. So his investments combined with everything else he has makes him a higher value. Why is that? Because men understand value a lot more than women. I don't want to make it a man-woman thing. There's some women that do, though. Some women have their stuff figured out, but he understands saving. He understands not only saving, investing. He may understand certain things that makes him a higher value. A lot of guys are retiring with tons of money, and they're retiring in their 40s. So think about that. But these men don't have nothing.
They make it seem like they are incompetent and can't do certain things and need a woman.
Yes, show me a mean face, Kenny.
That's a part of the game to get you to do when they act stupid. They're really not that dumb. They are, but aren't at the same time, because see, they was only taught the game and they was taught how to play it.
Success shaming. Oh, well, you think you better than everybody because now you lost weight or because you got some money. Shaming tactics meant to keep you stuck.
But what they wasn't taught was when the game comes to an end. That's what it is. Y'all wasn't taught what to do and what's the next step after the game has ended. And the game has ended.
People who can't win the argument tend to use shaming tactics.
It really did end. That's why y'all over there running to other countries thinking that you can...
Oh, no, you got it wrong. The game didn't end for us. It just began. The game has ended for you. That's what you have wrong. I hope you watch this video. The game didn't end for passport bros. It's just beginning. And men have been saying this for a long time. And we've been telling women, you lose your value at a certain age. And I see a lot of women making value. I'm not losing my value. Look, I'm 50 and I'm 60. I ain't got no husband. I don't even have kids. But I got my money.
Women are single and happy because they got their money. Because, we don't need a man. I got my money.
I may die in 50. I may die in 10 years. Lonely with my cats. Hi, Rufus. The game's ended for you. It didn't end for men. It just began.
Hold the line. Stay with me.
And that's what you ladies have to figure out. Go back to the drawing board, because you're fumbling over your words. You don't know what to say. You're like, oh, they have money, but they do know, but they don't know the game because they're playing the game. I don't know what you're saying. But leave us alone. Your confusion, leave us out of it. Because the game just started for us, but it's ending for you. And guys that understand and know the game is ending for you. Because winter's coming. Yes, winter's coming fast. And we're happy because we know.
This is the way.
Passport, bro. Cash for no. There's definitely more to life than dealing with a woman like you.
Oh, absolutely.